down, we'll never come down. When the sun comes up, we'll be feeling how we do right now. My heart's on fire, coming down to the wire. While the world sleeps, we'll keep burning brighter and brighter.
Ready for some farming ammo? Yeah? Morning everyone. Well, I hope it's a good morning for you. It's not a very exciting morning for me because I'm about to start doing my least favourite job, which is teat sealing the in-calf heifers. We teat seal all of the cows when we dry them off, and it is a very good barrier and protection against mastitis through the dry period. But we also do it with the heifers because it's very effective at reducing mastitis in 2-year-olds. I think 2-year-olds are tricky as well because they have so much more swelling than the other cows. If they do get mastitis when they're calving, the likelihood of losing a quarter is just so high. So we've had really good results in the past with teat seal. The downside is it's a very tricky job and you have to be very patient. It's high risk, high reward. So if I was to make a mistake and introduce a bug, well, that would be pretty bad. So I have to be super clean. I have to be so fanatically hygienic. And these animals have not been handled before in the cow shed. So I have to get everything ready. Urian and ammo are just shifting the heifers, the rising ones. And I've got to get all the stuff ready. So I've got my wipes, my teat seal. Where's the mess? Last year when I did it, I actually ended up throwing quite a big tantrum, and I said to Urian that I'm never doing it again. I feel like I'm too old for doing teat seal, and I said that we'll get the vets to do it this year because I've absolutely had a guts full of it. And they have quite decent sized crews that go around teat sealing heifers, so there might be 3 or 4 or 5 people doing it. It can be very quickly done. But Urian said, no way, that's too expensive. And when I was talking to the vets when we did our dry cow therapy consult that we have to do every year, I asked them what the price of teat sealing the heifers would be if we got the vet crew to do it, and it was something like $10 or $10.50. So we've got 29 in-calf heifers. So it would be it'll be just over $300 by the time you put travel and stuff in, so it's not hugely expensive. But Yuri thought that would be too much, and I said to him, well, that's quite a lot cheaper than divorce, but we've come up with a cunning plan that we're not actually going to do them all at once. So it's a very inefficient way of doing it in many ways, but it means that we'll run the heifers through the shed a lot more times before they start calving, which I think might be advantageous in the long run to get them more familiar with the cow shed. So Urian ran them through the shed about 10 days ago, so they've all been through the shed once. First time's always the hardest, and so this time round they should go through a little bit better, and I'll just teat seal until I get sick of it. But I've got all the tags ready to go, so I'll just tag everything that we teat seal so that we know who's done, and see if that works, if that's a slightly more tolerable way of doing it than doing it all at once. So I don't know, we'll see. And you go. Come on. Cows are such creatures of habit that whenever you do something that's just a little bit out of their routine, they become very impatient. I always find it interesting to see which of the heifers are the most adaptable. So in the first couple of rows that go through, will there be a couple of newbies that have got the confidence to get it done. Oh, look at this. It's a bloody fleet fee. Yeah. By the look in her face, it was a bit of an accident, so I won't hold my breath there. I always make sure that there's a hot water bath for the teat seal. It makes it a heck of a lot easier if it's been warmed up. That should be enough. And just put it in there like that so that it's not too cold. If you've ever done teat sealing with cold teat seal, you'll have a very, very sore thumb by the end of the day. I did that the first time I used it, and it was the last time I did it that way. They simply have not got the knack of it yet, so, and if you're trying to teat seal them and teach them at the same time, it's an unbelievable pain in the ass. Alright ladies, let's see if we can give this another try. Come on.
So the veterinarians could do it for $300?
Yeah, I thought that was really cheap. Especially because they said that somebody gets seriously injured every year. And not like a broken fingernail, like a broken arm or something like that. So...
Those teat ends don't look promising.
Just a bit too refined. Mind you, her mum was like that too. Come on, come on. That's one down, 28 to go. This is actually the first fleck feed that we'll do this year, so it'll be interesting to see how she behaves herself.
Like a candle in the dark, you've been burned too many times, and at the hint of a spark, you turn yourself away from the light. Don't be afraid, my darling. The darkest of days are just before the dawn. 'Cause you have my heart, and always will. So take my hand, let go of the past, and hold on to
Fantastic temperament.
Is this one by Shulk's Bull?
Shulk's Bull out of 19, out of a Yoshi.
The udder looks really good. Might want to get that back and back. Oh no, some of it will do. I'll put another tube in there. I think that's not dirt, it's actually a spot, like a little freckle.
It's a spot. Also not in the middle.
No. So this is actually the first order that we have of 19.
Yep. There's another one with the calves.
That's by Mora, isn't it? Yeah, that is by Mora. Right. So first round we were able to do 6 and that went really well. But we ran out of cows, so we're going to get these cows back off the pad and put them round again because bloody hard to teat seal if you haven't got some cows mixed in with the heifers to push them up in the herringbone. But those girls were all real good. Pretty happy with it. I was actually expecting that I would only be in the mood to do 2 today.
I got 4, so we
4,
already
so
did 5.
absolutely nailing it.
In South Australia I was born. In South Australia round Cape Horn. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you're rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. As I walked out one morning fair, heave away, haul away. It's there I met Miss Nancy Claire. We're bound for South Australia. There's just one thing that's on my mind. Heave away, haul away. That's me and Nancy.
In the last video, some people had a go at guessing what age this cow was, and nobody got it right. Not a single one. I think Lane's dad was the closest, and he guessed that she was 2016 born, but she's actually 2015 born, so she's rising 10 this season. So she's still a pretty youthful looking cow. She's just finished her 8th lactation, so just about to start her 9th lactation, so that's not too bad. In the last video I ran out of space on my memory card, but I had one more yarn about being a bottom feeder at the dairy cattle sales and how much fun you can have being a bottom feeder. And probably the best bargain that we ever got at a sale was a sale that Urian went to in Inglewood, and there was a cow came through the ring. It was part of a budget line, and on the board and in her information it said that she was 12 years old. Now, you only had to be a person with eyes to see that she was not a 12-year-old cow. She'd been either misrecorded in her ear tag or she was misrecorded on paper. And so he bought her for $750. And she went on to... Well, she did a couple of seasons over 600 kilos of milk solids. So she was a very decent cow. She's a Maxima. And... But at any rate, when we got home and looked at her tag, sure enough, she wasn't 12 years old. She was just 3 years old. And we were able to get her. So she had the accurate tag in her ear. She just wasn't recorded correctly on paper. So we got her for a goddamn steal. And we were only competing against the works buyer for that cow because everybody thought she was 12. But yeah, provided you have eyes, you can have a lot of fun. There's a lot of bargains to be had at a sale, but unfortunately, that's not really something that we do anymore. We don't need to buy cows anymore. So, oh, those were the good old days. I'd love to do it again.